Alrighty, welcome to Team Fortress TV coverage of ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Division. This is Week 6. Today we are watching an official between top of the tables currently se7en versus, playoffs bubble team Lowpander. The good old flex team, as you will. And today we don't have Bren casting, sadly. We have a different guest caster today. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Funds. What's up?
Not a man of many words. Yeah, the Funds, the scout for Champ GG. So, since we actually have some time, we don't have to, immediately get into this cast. We can go and look at some stats between these two teams. Because, this is a relatively interesting game, because se7en is using a stand-in today. Instead of Raymond on medic, they're playing with their old scout, Starkey. He's playing medic for them. It was initially going to be Umbrak, but yeah, so now Starkey. So it'll be kind of interesting to see. This might give Lowpander a little bit of a window to maybe cause an upsetter on maybe one or two maps. It's probably still not really going to happen, but I always... With my bias, I would like to still see it happen. But yeah,
I think they could pull something out.
Yeah, so let's look at these stats here. So let's just see anything that pops out. It's a very interesting stat with the Ubers per minute. That's probably either a bugged stat or maybe slanted towards vaccinator. No, that's probably just a bug stat. But you can see, for one thing, the demo, the disparity between the damage on the demos, Ali doing 100 damage more per minute than Hildreth does. But then you can also see some big differences in like Ubers being the so-called carry, but the very strong pocket of Lowpander getting 360 and Captain getting 300. And then you can just look at some other stuff. You can see both Flash and Postcard doing a lot more damage than the Lowpander scouts have actually done, which is actually kind of surprising. People have been very much praising Mr. Epic for this pretty good scout play this season, but it seems like the Lowpander scout, or the se7en scout duo is doing, at least on the stats department, doing a lot better. Are there any stats that you see that's maybe a little interesting?
I'm looking at scout damage on poor Scurry, and I think Mr. Epic and Granger can do like a really good job. Mr. Epic has some like really solid DM on his team, but I'm kind of looking to poor Scurry here. I think this could be a big game for him, honestly. It's where he's in his prime, I think, and Ubers too.
Yeah, it's always...
I don't know. I think it could go either way. I really don't know, because they don't have Raymond, and I think Raymond's a big part, so I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely. You still have Starkey, who's a prem talent. Everyone knows who he is. So you can also always wonder, how he will adjust to the medic role. But all right, it seems like the game is starting. So I'm just gonna rudely cut it off here. So it's again se7en versus Lowpander, Week 6, ETF2L Season 26. His mid is starting right now. Hildreth is taking some damage from Ali. Ubers and Grenderbob jumping onto the se7en side of the mid. But it seems like Mr. Epic on that sniper actually getting Poskari after Poskari gets Grenderbob. And there's Mookie on that Natasha heavy just walking out of the big door there. Getting some spam out. And it seems like Starkey has actually died. I missed it where, but the Lash is getting just completely sprayed down by this heavy. They're not actually being able to do much against this. Mookie's just sitting here just putting out all the damage that this Lowpander needs. They do get the space eventually, but Hildreth comes in with the crits, trying to get Captain here. Captain just slowly backing out. He's not actually being able to get anything with this. But there's Grenderbob cleaning up the kill on Captain. Just Ali on mid, and it seems like se7en actually is going to try to keep this, or re-push onto this mid point. The Lash walking in, not really getting much. Grenderbob trying to get a kill onto Starkey. Stuck in a 1v1. Hildreth and Ubers getting into big door. Ubers gets the kill on Ali, and it seems like se7en has to give up this mid to Lowpander.
That was actually really well played by Lowpander. They just bubbled up in their big door and managed to just take down players from se7en as they came. It was kinda down to Mookie to stay alive there, because he had quite an easy kill onto the soldier, but since Mookie was able to go down, they had to back off. But it looks like they got it in the end. They're going back into lobby behind them now, it looks like, and Mookie's just on his own, isolated.
Yeah, it seems like he just, I don't know, tried to catch them by surprise. You know, the Lowpander surprise. The crit's coming in from Ubers, but he's not really going to be able to do anything with this. The combo of se7en is in choke here, and it seems like they might get this cap. Actually, there comes Ali just getting 2 kills on Grenja and Hildreth. Mr. Epic trying to get the pick on Starkey. Gets a call trying as well, but nothing really working out there. I don't know, that Mookie play. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, se7en, I think they just did a good job of baiting Lowpander back out onto the point, and they just crushed them with their aggression after that, so it was a good retake by them, I think. Mookie's back on the sniper.
Yeah, Mookie peeking in, getting a good shot on Captain there, dropping him down to 80 HP. Nothing really else coming from that though. But se7en has this big Uber advantage. They're going to use it to get into the second point. Lowpander is not really going to be able to do much though. But Mookie's peeking here on top. See, oh, and he gets the pick on Starkey, dropping him. Wow, the full charge Machina body shot. It seems like Lowpander probably can go and get in this second point. No heals for se7en, holding a little bit passively. Captain's the only one here walking out. Actually, there's Drac in lower. He gets to fight Mookie here. Can he do anything? He's just going to back out, get on Hildreth. He does get the kill on Hildreth. And there are actually a lot of players for se7en. They could potentially push in here. Scout combo, Puskari, Thalat trying to get into lobby, getting onto Mookie. Puskari loses that fight. Now it's just a combo here. Oh, there comes the Uber, or the crits rather. Getting a kill on Salash. And Ali tries to get out as well. Uber's getting 2 kills with that crit. Starkey does safely get out. Drag is sitting on top. I don't know what he's going to try to do here. Maybe get on Mookie in this choke area. Seems like Mookie's going to be losing that fight. But there is this going to be a midpoint for Lowpander? Drac is just going to die behind here.
Yeah, Drac did a kind of nice job going behind to like put the distraction out, but I don't think se7en are fully tuned into the fact that Lowpander's running crits so much, so they just seem to be getting caught out by it every time.
It seems like Lowpander is going to be building up that crits. Horn from Ubers, but no, not the battalions. I'm blanking on what it's called, but the one that gives you health regen and speed boost. They're popping it off in this big door. The crits should be coming in sometime soon. Just waiting for everyone to come in. Uber's probably going to get this crits. Oh, but he actually dies to a stick from Ali, and Mr. Epic dies in lobby to Drac. And Lowpander is actually just going to have to back out of this. Not really anything they can do with this crits as of yet.
Comes out though.
Oh, but there comes the crits! Oh, and he drops Starkey! Oh no, that's 2 drops for Stark already. We're only 5 minutes into this game. Captain gets behind, but Lowpander definitely has the advantage now. They have heals. Mookie gets Drac. Hildreth does die to his bomb, but actually we have Stalash and Puskari getting onto Mookie. He does die. We have 3 people of Lowpander here in their choke. Grenjabob trying to join them from Big Door. 5 people of se7en. Probably going to get in, cap this midpoint. But it does seem like Lowpander wants to contest this, and they're actually, Mr. Epic cleaning up the kill on Captain. LA trying to do something in Big Door as well, but actually, get him out. And it's going to be a push through choke from Lowpander. Probably going to go with this crits, this constant advantage that they have. The crits is almost up. se7en's all on the ground. Drag getting onto the high ground. The crits gets popped off onto Hildreth. Not really getting anything yet. Gets some damage on Drac. Trying to give it to Ubers, but they at least get the space to cap the second point.
Starkey actually almost got caught out by that crits again. I think he fell down to 40 health or something. But it's a pretty good job from Lowpander. Honestly, on the midpoint, they played it pretty scrappy after the crits. Hildreth overextended and died. And Mookie had his attention turned away from Dash, but I don't know, they seem to be winning it back. I don't know what se7en's doing right now. They should know they've got an Uber advantage here though.
Yeah, se7en's coming with that full Uber advantage, as you said, through this top area. Getting spammed a little bit. Captain getting onto Kisakali here and choke, getting some spam down. Seems like Lowpander's respecting this Uber advantage that they have. Gonna let them cap it. Though they do have the crits. This would be a very Lowpander thing to do, to just push in here. Very close crits. The Uber gets popped off. Not really anything they can do with this crits. The crits does get popped off, but no kills from it. Good focus onto Kisakala and Grenjabob. Now it's 2 players down. Mookie actually gets in on mid with Ubers. They do not really... Actually, they get both, or the scout and captain. Uber's trying to get Drac as well. Actually, this is getting a little scrappy, but it's just a soldier and a demo, and I don't think Lowpander is going to be able to save this. Uber tries to get the really big air shot on Ali, and Ali actually suicides. And actually, Lowpander's still fighting this. the combo here in choke, but okay, now they're finally getting out. Se7en is gonna get this midpoint.
Yeah, it was a good call, I think, from Captain to just pop straight into the mid before Lowpander could get the crits off there. And it looks like they're starting to win the battle a little bit now. So they've got the Uber advantage coming up, and they've managed to secure back the point. But, I don't know, if Lowpander build this, they could catch them out yet again. I'm pretty sure Se7en are going to gain their Uber here and taking the second point though.
Some great rockets from Captain onto Mookie, dropping him really low, and Kisakala gets taken out by Drak actually, not able to get out fast enough, so it's just going to be a full Uber advantage push from Se7en into last with a heelless Lowpander. Drak goes into lower here, and the rest seems to be going through main. Uber gets popped off, Granger Bob on heavy, Mr. Epic gets a body shot onto Lash. People are getting onto the point. Mookie trying to get Drak off the point. There comes the good bomb from the soldiers onto the medic. Both Ubers and Mookie are very weak though, and there's no one else alive from Lowpander, and that's it. Se7en gets up 1-0.
It was pretty bad by Se7en originally, like losing Thalash so early, but they were able to win the DM fight just with the rest of the Uber. I don't know, they seem to be making a couple of mistakes right now. Like, Thalash going in early like that and just getting body shot, that shouldn't be happening.
Yes, but let's see what happens in this second mid. See if Se7en can win this mid for themselves. Ubers goes in onto Ali a little bit on the right. Grengerbog going on the right as well. Mookie's under. Everyone's going on the right. Ubers is setting up for a little bit of a bomb here onto Ali actually. But there goes kill on Grengerbob and on Kisakala. Everyone's just dropping like flies on the side of Lowpander. Just Mookie behind and choke. Maybe gonna try to get onto Starkey, but it's already revealed his position. It's just Se7en gonna go straight to second with this Uber advantage.
Yeah, really good aggression from Se7en, I think. They knew what Lowpander were trying that mid, and they just decided they're gonna play passive, like, let's just jump on them right now, see what we can do. Good soldier bombs came in. There we go. Mookie's still behind, and the Se7en squad do know that, but they're already moving into last.
They're gonna try to do something. Oh no, that's 3 drops from Starkey. Mr. Epic with the headshot. This is probably gonna turn around the last hold for Lowpander. Grengerbob getting 2 kills is heavy. Mr. Epic cleaning up the kill on Ali. And it's just the Lash, just in confusion. What happened to his team there? Yeah, that was... I can understand why you're speechless. That was just they just got melted.
I had my eyes on Thalash there. Like, I thought for a second he was going to be able to get back into last, but I think Mr. Epic did spot him. Again, like, Se7en just... They're not expecting the off classes all, they're expecting them, they're just not reacting in time. Like, why wouldn't you just pop through the door there? You know Mookie's going to be doing something. He's probably going to be sniping, I don't know. It was really thrown away, I think.
Yeah, Starkey just gonna have to just Uber just around every corner. I mean, you're not safe from the Mookie snipe or the Mr. Epic snipe, or I mean maybe we'll even see the Grengerbob spy play coming in. I mean, you can't sleep on these these off class shenanigans that Lowpander can pull out.
You gotta keep looking at it, something new every time. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
So. They're on the crit side now, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much in the position they're in. Se7en are going to be able to play passive just enough to get the Uber out. But, I don't know. Like, they're just holding passive right now. I don't know what they expect to achieve. They might try and get a crits play onto Se7en as they're coming in, but I think by this point, Se7en are going to be, okay, we're going to need to pop straight in. We're going to need to pop straight in.
That is what Starkey did the last time they pushed in, so,
yeah.
I mean, I hope that he won't, he won't think, differently this time. Seems like they're trying to make some space and choke here. Captain just making sure there's no surprise demo crits on top of choke here. He's not actually gonna keep using the space that they're getting, and Mookie actually goes on to spy here. Let's see what Mookie can do.
Se7en seems to be playing really carefully.
Drak is Drak is looking at Mookie. Mookie gets past him though. He sees Poskari, he's just trying to check out where the medic is. Captain jumping in, trying to sack for Kisakala. The crits does get popped. Mr. Epic gets Kisakala, but there gets Mookie with the backstab on Poskari. 2 down for Se7en. Drak is actually behind. I don't know exactly what he's trying to do, but we just have 3 players from Se7en on this midpoint. They do still have the Uber, and if they get it... Oh no, there comes the Uber. Ali jumping in onto the combo of Lowpander here. Gets Hilder, gets Grengerbob. No one else really dying. The medic's staying alive for Lowpander. Mookie's still on Sniper. The horn gets popped up from Uber. Tries to find Drak. Gets him. They do have the crits advantage, but 7 is going to be getting the second point.
That was actually a bit of a strange Uber coming out from 7, because Lowpander, it looked like they wanted to play passive, just try and get that Uber out without committing too hard. They managed to get the Uber out, and they just lose 2 players anyway. So it's good that they got the Uber out, but I don't know. I don't think Ali should be able to get that amount of space on them, considering how passive Lowpander was playing.
Yes. Lowpander does have the crits advantage though. They seem to want to play off of this. Uber's here setting up for this crits, soldier crits play here. Oscar doesn't actually see it. Oh, there's a good direct rocket onto Ali. Nothing really else happening, but Mookie actually gets a revolver kill on Captain, and Ubers cleans up a kill on Drak.
Oscar's
right
hiding,
around right corner. He's trying to get some shots on Kisakala. They don't actually see him, and he does drop Kisakala. Great stuff from Puskari there. Now it's 7 with the full Uber advantage. They don't have enough players to hold this potentially. Actually, they're gonna go for it. Sitting in choke with the Uber. The Uber gets popped up onto Captain. They are making the space here. Ali jumping into choke, trying to lock people out. Captain does get Granger Bob on the ground there. And they will be able to hold this midpoint. They're gonna actually try to convert this into a second cap as well. Mookie's sitting here though by choke. He's gonna try what he can to drop Starkey. Is he gonna get it? Well, let's see what happens. Happening. Oh no! Oh, once again, the off class catches Starkey off guard. And oh man, Stark is just not having a good day today.
What do you think? Is he just not thinking about these off classes at all? He's not checking his back for spies or anything. I don't know. I don't think he's like even quite tuned into Mookie's playing yet. Like the way he's playing with these off classes.
I mean, this seems strangely familiar of that Lowpander Lemmings match. Just the medic not being used to this constant off classing that's going on. The push actually coming in from Lowpander here. Uber's jumping very aggressively onto the point, trying to get some damage on the Slash and Ali. Hildreth gets the kill on Captain. The rest of the combo of 7 sitting in this big door area, trying to get back onto the second point. They're actually going to be able to be successful into holding the second point. Grangerbob does get Drak, but kills are definitely going Lowpander's way. There goes Grangerbob again. The crits popped onto Mr. Epic, gets one good shot onto Slash. But that's all he's going to be able to get off of that. And Lowpander's is going to have to hold last.
I think Thalash should have been going down there. I don't think Mookie quite saw Thalash going behind him, and he just managed to slip out lower despite the crits coming out. And it is full ad going to 7. I really think they should be able to convert this here. I don't see anything they can mess up here. Like, Kiss is not running the crits, he's on the vaccinator. But straight kill goes on to Captain as soon as they push in.
Well, luckily Starkey did pop immediately that time. Hilder getting the kill on Drak though, and Mr. Epic getting a second headshot onto Lash this time. Mookie jumping onto Stark and getting the good air shot to kill him too, and the rest of 7 is incredibly weak. Just that Mr. Epic sniper play, again, saves Lowpander on that push.
Mr. Epic is having a really strong game right now with these sniper plays. He's saved them. Is that 2 times now he's saved just because of sniper picks coming out? Was it? Or was that the first?
Yeah, he dropped Stark at the last time.
Starkey coming straight in. So that's pretty sick coming out from him.
Yeah, it seems like 7 still wants to try and keep this second point though. Uber's trying to jump into Drak. Mr. Epic just on the point, gets taken up by Captain. 3 players down, actually, for the side of Lowpander. They're definitely going to be pushed in here by the side of 7. Drak just playing the point here. Mookie jumping onto Drak, but there's the lash onto Hildreth. He kills them very easily. Mookie walking onto the void, dying, and that's the 7 playing the point, and it's 2-0 for 7.
Yeah, I think 7 were just able to catch out Lowpander there as they were going for the point. They just battled them straight with aggression, managed to get those 3 picks, which was pretty good. I think it was a bit of an overextension from Lowpander coming out, which is a shame, but 7 were just able to bring their 6 players up there and take that. So it was quite clean.
We're seeing a setup from Lowpander similar to the first mid. Heavy and sniper to mid. Ali's on the right side here. Lowpander is trying. Oh! Mr. Epic with a shot on Ali. Immediately the demo dropping. Buskar is very weak. It's craters to the damage from Mookie. Drak gets the kill on Mr. Epic, and Uber's here trying to get Drak as well, but Drak is actually just causing havoc on the flank of Lowpander. They are sitting on their side of choke, trying to get Drak. Grenja also dies to Drak. Drak with the big 3K. Mookie's on the point, but he gets melted by Thalash. Crits coming in from Hildreth, trying to get a sticky onto Stark. Does get the pipe onto Captain, but that's the only kill he's gonna get. And 7 manages to somehow, thanks to the heroics of Drak, just hold that, get that midpoint.
Yeah, Drak just doing his usual there, managed to get Lowpander to turn around just long enough so that Thalash and Starkey can isolate Mookie and take him down. I think Mookie just needs to be a little bit more passive there with his medic. They became detached for just a bit too long there, and he just needed to stay alive in that situation, I think.
Well, let's see. Mookie on the spy play. He's trying to get a backstab of Piscari again, I think. He's walking in. He gets Drac. Piscari does see him. It's the only pick that Mookie will get. Ali also gets Granger Bob while he was trying to get out. It's 4 players up for Lowpander, 5 for 7. 7's moving in through this lower area. They have already popped the Uber. Well, Lowpander's not popped their crits. The crits gets popped off. Can Ubers get anything from this? Mr. Epic gets Ali. Mr. Epic gets Captain with a crit shot as well. Actually, that's a mini crit shot. Sorry, but still 2 picks from Lowpander. We're only Kisakala, which, I mean, they can still try and push off of this, but it seems like they're just content sitting on last. Granger Bob tries to sack for Starkey, does not pull it off. And Mookie is going to go on to NG and place down that sentry on the stairs there, watching the point.
Again, I have to say, Mr. Epic, again, just holding the last point for his team with those kills coming out. He's doing such a good job right now, I think, with these last defenses.
Definitely. Yeah, Kisakala on the vaccinator here. Lowpander trying to pull out all the gimmicks here. They're playing with 3 off classes. They have a medic, a soldier, a demo, and then an NG, a sniper, and a heavy. The entirety of se7en is trying to get into this river area here. Drax sitting just peeking and shudder. The Uber gets popped off. Captain jumps onto the point. Sentry gets focused down. Seems like the Uber is working out quite well. They're just playing the point. And with, I think, 1 kill, se7en goes up 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, se7en are just thinking, okay, they've got their vaccinator, they're holding up top, let's just rush the point. And Lowpander can't even react in time. They're just holding up thinking, okay, we've got our vax, we're not going to die. Another point's gone. I don't know. Good call by se7en, I think, to just run straight for the point.
Yeah, definitely. We see another heavy sniper mid from Lowpander. Ali's going to walk up the left side onto the Lowpander side of mid. Captain as well. Everyone's going onto the Lowpander side. Uber's stuck in choke. The combo from Lowpander just stuck in big door. No big picks yet. Slash gets headshot by Mr. Epic. Drag just gets juggled in the air by Mookie. Captain does get the kill on Granger Bob. Ubers finally gets killed in choke by Slash. Mr. Epic does actually get the snipe on Stark again, and Ali! Mr. Epic is trying to just save this mid, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Lash is just running in, kills Hildreth, and he's going to chase Kisakala as well, who's just alone on last. Granger Bob tries to save him, but it's not going to work out. So Granger Bob tries to get him, but that's a wipe for Lowpander.
That's such a shame, actually, with the medic pick coming out. Lowpander just, I think, sticking around a little bit too long. Kisakala staying in too long, letting the scouts chase him down. But it was, again, a nice play coming out from Mr. Epic. Again, was it on Sniper?
Yeah,
to take down Starkey. Pretty insane. But se7en have got a pretty big Uber out here, and I think, yeah, Lowpander switching over to the Vaccinator to see what they can do.
Once again, have the Vaccinator, Mookie on NG. See if se7en once again can convert this Uber advantage into a point. There's a forward hold coming in from Lowpander. Granger Bob is on top, trying to, I don't know, try to make some space. But there comes the se7en push through lower. The Lash walking into the combo. Ubers actually gets Drac, but there's the entire combo just walking into last. There's no one holding last from Lowpander. Mookie trying to jump in, but that's, wow, just a backhand from se7en.
That was definitely an interesting idea from Lowpander if they hadn't have just left nobody on last. A good flank coming out to get 2 kills, but I don't know what they were thinking, just having 6 people push out of last. Like, strange.
Should just let Mookie, keep Mookie on NG or something, but anyway.
Mookie, NG, heavy, anything.
Alright, Mookie's gonna try to snipe this time, but outside that we have a cookie cutter 7 or 6's lineup from Lowpander. Ended up getting onto the right. Drac is actually fighting a 1v1 in choke with Ubers. Drac gets Ubers to go back onto heels. Mookie gets jumped by Drac into big door. Captain gets Kisakala. Mr. Epic gets Captain. But the med is dead for Lowpander, which means that it's probably going to be a 7 win. Mr. Epic trying to kill Drac. He does actually clean up the kill on Drac. The rest of se7en is on Lowpander's side of mid. And it seems like they're just sitting here with their heels, you know, just content. Piscari kills Hildreth. Granger Bob tries to do something, but there's Piscari with his 2nd kill of that mid, getting a domination on Granger Bob. And that's the mid for se7en.
Yeah, the scouts in se7en are sitting on 4 and 3 dominations right now, having a monster of the game. Just not dying, and poor Piscari taking out those players at the end. I don't know, the really late death on Hildreth isn't going to help because the 2nd point's already gone, and it's really on those off classes from Lowpander, I think, to be able to hold this last point. Mookie's on the sniper. Let's see what he can do with the full advantage for se7en.
Did get the body shot on Thalash. I don't think they will have much of an impact onto this se7en last push, but he did get it. Maybe he can get another pick on a more worthwhile target. They're actually peeking very aggressively with Ubers and Mookie in the river here. Gets a good shot onto Drak, but not killing him. Thalash peeking a little bit aggressively. Thalash going him in again. Actually, there's 3 people from se7en getting onto Mookie. Mookie drops. Granger does get Starkey. What just happened? Granger gets Ali. Hildreth gets Boskari. The scout gets Hildreth. But it seems like this is going Lowpander's way. Just Thalash and Captain here in the water area. There goes Granger Bob getting the kill on Captain, and Thalash has to get out river.
Should be going down here. Surely he's going to go down.
Eventually.
2 scouts chasing him.
There
He does
we
go
go
down. He gets a lot of time back for his team, but I think Lowpander are going to be able to push out here. se7en not really wanting to fend. se7en running the spy though on Drak. Maybe going for a back cap here. And this, oh, this looks interesting actually.
Oh no, not like this. This Kisakalis walks past Drak.
Drak is on last by himself.
This might work. There he is. And that's
I think that's it.
5-0 for se7en with the spy back cap. Wow, just
a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, exactly. Man, that was a very dominating match from se7en there. Seemed a little bit promising when Lowpander won that first mid, but just didn't manage to, even despite those heroic, those amazing sniper shots from Mr. Epic dropping Starkey like twice.
Yeah,
it wasn't enough.
I think it was a lot closer than the score actually tells. se7en made some really crucial mistakes, like allowing the drops to happen to the crits and the sniper, but I just don't think they were punished enough by the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I like outplayed by se7en in the end, but they. I would have expected it to go a bit differently from 5-0 the way it was going. Honestly.
All right. Well, let's see if the logs can tell us more about what just went wrong for Lowpander on that map. Let's see if we can get those up. There we go. Let's see. Let's look at the good old damage statistic, you know, the crutch for every analyst. So, looking at damage here, you can see that Ali and Drak did a very, very good job putting out damage. And you can also see that when whoa, my browser is being bad. Funds, can you quickly tell me what you can see in these logs?
Well, first thing stands out, Ali, his damage above Hildreth is pretty big. Like Hildreth coming out with 180 DPM, not having so good of a game, but Ali just with 350, absolutely dominating there. Mr. Epic, 19 for 9 as well, something else I see. He was having a good game. He actually got 8 of his kills on sniper, 8 headshots in 4 minutes, so hitting a lot of shots there, but that's what I'm saying mainly. Not so much of a good game coming out from some of the Lowpander players, I think. Not so much damage coming out, but yeah, it just looks like big stats for se7en overall. Drak with 330 DPM as well on the room overall.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, that Ali did almost twice the damage that Hildreth did that match, which is definitely reflecting that that statistic we had at the start, you know, like with Ali having like 100 more damage per minute than Hildreth, and just, it seems like Lowpander was just kind of getting outclassed.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely see, though, Mr. Epic with the 8 headshots, trying his best to save that map. I mean, there's some more players that did quite decently. I mean, Ubers with the 6k, the 300 damage per minute. And Mookie's off-classing was definitely pretty decent as well with the 3 backstabs, so it's not that bad, but yeah, it's just definitely quite dominating from se7en.
Yeah.
At least on the stats department. Just go through some of the other stats we got.
It looks like it was quite a combo-oriented game for the most part. Like, the scouts for se7en having a pretty decent game, but not actually putting out too much more damage than the other team. Thalash 16 for 6 is pretty solid. Nice pog scout roll, but I think it's mostly just down to Ali doing all that damage on the mids and just dominating Lowpander for the most part.
Yeah,
it was nice performance for him.
Yeah. Well, Just hope that, or well, let's see. I can't be biased. I shouldn't say hope. Let's see if Lowpander can recover for the second map.
What do you think? Is Granary more space for gimmicks than Gullywash? I personally think so. With the back cap
Well,
opportunities and that.
I mean, from what I've heard of Mookie, he said that he feels that Flex isn't very viable on this map due to just the
Really?
fact that it's a very big map. So playing a class that like doesn't have as much mobility as the soldier definitely handicaps your team to an extent, seeing
Yeah.
as just it takes so long to get to everywhere. But I mean, there's definitely opportunities, like Granary last. There's definitely
Yeah.
opportunities to have a bunch of gimmick plays, but um, I expecting to see a decent amount of soldier this map.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a lot of soldier last map as well. So like it was except for those couple like Natasha heavy mids and that one sniper at the very end. It essentially was just a lot of soldier.
Yeah. It was actually
So
Mr. Epic doing most of the off-classing in that game, as opposed to Mookie with the sniper roll.
yeah,
But
definitely.
honestly, I think I see some sniper and spy plays coming out this map from Mookie and Mr. Epic. Like if the sniper gameplay keeps coming on, some clutch lasts could be going on here, and some big spy plays because I know Granary last can be a big stalemate, especially when playing versus se7en.
Yeah, I mean, Lowpander definitely is a fan of their own creative last holds. So yeah, the the stalemate potential is very big on this map. So yeah, this will probably be a lot slower. But yes, we have some more stats here. Let's see. Yeah, as we definitely saw in that match, Starkey with the 3 drops. I mean, just it's like what happened in that Lemmings game with Cold Heart. It's very very difficult to suddenly merc or play medic out of nowhere against Lowpander. It's a recipe for disaster. You get sniped constantly, spy backstabs. It's just yeah, you're gonna have a bad day. Luckily, se7en did still manage to win, but yeah, Stark definitely did not have a good day. You can see Ubers getting the most heals on the Lowpander side. You know, them recognizing that Ubers is a very strong player. Ali getting the most heals on the Lowpander side. Him getting, putting out all that damage. So I'd say that most of the those stats are pretty speak for themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
More stuff, just the damage, showing again that they got quite dominated just on death or on the DM standpoint as well.
Look at the kills though.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty similar coming out from both teams.
Yeah, it's actually it's a lot more kills than I guess the what's the word for it, like the you know what, I'm just gonna give up. All right, well. If only I was British, I would actually know the word for it, but
I
yeah.
can't help you, unfortunately.
You have a bunch of. I'm not gonna attempt to explain. Anyway, so yeah, the only and as you can see, the only mid they really won was the first one, which I mean, that was actually, I would say that was kind of an odd mid. I think se7en was still adjusting to the Lowpander playstyle still, but let's see, we have these matchups here. Ali getting getting +6 onto Grenjabob. Mr. Epic doing a good job actually against Captain. That was actually very good. +5. But then, you have the scouts here. Thalash with 4 kills on Kisakala. Thalash with 5-2 on Ubers. Boskari being 4-1 in scout 1v1s against Grenjabob. Like the scouts doing a lot of work. But yeah, the next match is live. We are in Granary. Again, se7en versus Lowpander. Season 26, week 6. Let's see what we have here. As predicted,
no off classes.
No off classes from Lowpander this time. It's going to be a, I guess, normal in quotation marks mid. Ali going on top right, Uber's on top left, Hilda's on the ground. Starkey's coming in from the right, Captain jumping in. Mookie taking a lot of damage early into this mid. He drops. Hildreth dies as well. Uber's trying to get into the med, not being successful there. And yeah, Lowpander immediately recognizes that this is going south. And Mr. Epic, Grangerbob, and Kisakala get out. And that's going to be the first mid for 7.
That was pretty smooth for 7 actually. Just bulk up, sort of passive around the back. 2 plays instant, and then it's just a case of Lowpander's players sacking in, trying to get something out of Starkey, but they weren't going to get anything done with all of 7 playing like that. But Kisser is still on the crits. It's going to be interesting to see what he tries here, but it does come out, and Thalash has gone down straight away.
The Hildreth crits. Sadly only gets 1 kill. That's a shame. The Uber does get popped off from 7, going in from the right here. Mr. Epic getting the deny on Captain. Actually, the sentry from Mookie doing a great job as well. The sentry does go down to Ali Spam, but this potential last push actually gets stopped very well by, I guess, that sentry. And yeah, Mr. Epic, we just have a little bit of a stalemate here.
You know, I think that was probably the best it could have gone for Lowpander there, managing to get 7 to pop the Uber so early, because it just completely nullified any advantage they had, which they should have had with Uber versus crits. But I think it was a nice job, actually, the crits. Even though it didn't get many kills, it pretty much defended the last point for them.
Yeah, we have 2 snipers on the field here. We have Thalash and Mookie. Thalash trying to look into the left, and the crits actually gets popped off. Nothing really getting done with it from Ubers here this time. Trying to just find anyone holding a little bit too far forward from 7, but everyone's staying alive. Hildreth actually almost drops from some shots from Drak on the right. Mookie gets a good shot on Captain. Great headshot, getting the pick they were looking for with the crits. There is a full Uber advantage though for 7, so they're probably just going to be waiting this out. And that's, yeah, just holding passively in that that garage area there.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait for Captain to get back because they've currently got a sniper and then just going to try and take this advantage in. Kiss's crits is slowly going up. It looks like he might be able to get it by the time 7 come in, but they are already moving in to the right side.
Alright, maybe Mookie can get the pick he needs. No, Starkey just immediately pops. Ali jumping in on the right. Gets Mookie. Grangerbow trying to do what he can with that heavy play, but gets focused down very quickly. The horn does get popped off by Ubers. The crits does come in. Hildreth getting the kill on Ali. Ubers gets Drak. Starkey gets the arrow onto Kisakala, actually. But it seems like it's just Thalash and Starkey. And they are going to be falling here soon. I predict. I mean, Thalash getting the kill on Hildreth. Mr. Epic does get Thalash. They're trying to chase this kill onto Starkey, but there's Captain. And, well, they got half of the kills they should have gotten. Captain walk onto the point, blocking the point, and this is gonna, yeah, they're gonna have to go back and hold last.
Nice effort from Starkey to get the Uber advantage by killing the med and get out as well. But I really do think they should have gone down there, surely. 2 scouts versus just a scout and a med. Should be able to take at least that scout down. And I don't know why Hildreth was so far forwards that he was able to go down to a scout, but it's given 7 the advantage again. Surely they're gonna be able to convert something here. 50% only on Kisakala.
Starkey again popping just immediately, fearing that sniper play. Mookie cannot get out. Mr. Epic's putting up a sentry. Grangerbob trying to do what he can on top of the pipe there. But it seems like 7 has the 3 picks. They're sitting on the right. Just Kisakala drops. There goes Ubers. Just Hildreth gets taken out by Postcard, and that's 1-0 for 7.
Yeah. That was just kind of a repetition of 7 pushing in, a crits coming out, 7 pushing in, a crits, to the point where the crits wasn't able to be built enough, and they just came in, took Kisakala down, and killed them all with the Uber advantage. So eventually the round coming out for 7 quite nicely.
Alright, another just cookie cutter lineup from Lowpander, so we're just going to see a normal mid once again. Hildreth coming in from the left this time. Ali jumping on the top right once again. Hildreth's on the ground. Nothing really happening yet. Combo from 7 coming in from the right. The Lowpander combo mirroring that. And Ubers comes into a fight with Drak. Drak wins that fight with some help from Ali. Grangerbob does clean up the kill onto Drak, but there's a good rocket from Thalash onto Hildreth, or Captain, and Thalash getting the kill on Grangerbob rather. And Poskari wins the 1v1 against Epic, and now it's just Kisakala alone. Mookie trying to bomb, get that kill onto Starkey, not pulling it off, and there's the chase from Thalash, missing a couple shots. That's the kill for them, and that's the mid and also the second point for 7.
And I think 7 are going to want to take this in really fast while Kisakala's down. I mean, Thalash missing his shots there actually possibly has made it even better situation for 7 with Kisakala not even being up for another 4 seconds, but the Uber's already in. Not many picks coming out yet though.
Yeah, I mean, Lowpander's trying to do what they can. Uber is faded, though. There's the Pyro from Kisakala. Captain goes down to it. Starkey's actually very weak. Drac is trying to jump onto... Oh, Kisakala with the 2K. Trying to get a reflect onto on Ali, but in the end, Ali gets Mookie and Kisakala and cleans them up and gets the second point for 7.
That was closer than it should have been, I think, considering Lowpander had no heals, but Ali's able to come in, get a nice sticky off on the Pyro, and just about win that for his team. But it was quite nice aggression coming up from 7, I think. Especially with Kisakala dying so much later than the rest of his team.
Alright, well, let's see if Lowpander can do a little bit better on this mid. Both demos on high ground this time. Grangerbot coming in from the right, Uber's coming in the top left. The 7 combo once again coming from the right side. Captain jumping onto Mookie there on the right. Drac with a good bomb onto Hildreth. There goes Hildreth. Mr. Epic dying to Ali. Ubers does get Drac, but the kills are going into are on the side of 7, and Mookie is the last to fall. Boskari chasing the kill onto Kisakala, and that's a wipe for Lowpander.
That time it looks like, I think Grangerbob was able to get onto Starkey and take him down. So that's going to give them a little bit more chance here to hold the last point. Second's pretty much given up, because Lowpander have only just spawned, but if Kisakala runs the crits here, they might be looking to push back into 2 and catch 7 out. It looks like he's up on Vaccinator actually, despite there not actually being any Uber disadvantages, which is an interesting call.
Yeah, they might just not have faith in those Hildreth crits anymore. Just want to push with the Vaccinator instead. They're trying to hold the second point here, but Uber's time's out actually, so there will be a player advantage for a short while for 7 here. See what they're gonna do with it. They do have the player advantage. Mookie dies in Lunchbox. It's now 4v6 for 7. There's Uber's back. Get the second point, and there's a push coming in here. No, they're just peeking in. I see the Vaccinator. Mr. Epic trying to do something. A little bit of a 1v1 against Boskari, but seems like 7 just wants to wait on this Uber and then push in.
Yeah. I really don't understand why Kiss is running the Vaccinator here. Because, well, 2 picks have actually come out from Lowpander on 7, but they've still got their Uber advantage. I think the best Lowpander could do here is get in, get some aggression, try and force out the Uber. Drak's already on last, but I think he's going to be going down here. But yeah, Lowpander getting so many frags actually. 7 haven't popped off the Uber yet. They might be coming in to defend it. Quick kill coming out from Thalash, and it's just a solo Uber on Thalash onto a Vaccinator. I don't think he's getting anything done here. But poor Scary with heavy flank.
Oh wow, the Mookie, the Mookie fanboy Boskari with the heavy play gets Kisakala actually.
Oh my god.
That actually working out perfectly. And more picks, Hilders and Uber's going down, and it's gonna be a 5v3 last hold here. Captain jumping in onto Epic. The combo coming in from the right. Starkey shooting an arrow. He actually gets caught. Might die here. No, actually he safely makes it out on 20 HP. That push not working out, but still, I don't. That was quite odd.
Yeah, it was a nice, albeit short-lived flank from Boskari to take out the medic, but I think 7 maybe just a little bit too fast to go into the point, but it doesn't really matter in the end because Starkey's still up, and they've got the advantage. But Kiss is still on the Vax, and they've managed to cap the second point. Starkey close to his Uber. I don't know what they're going to be looking to do here. Kiss is just holding with that Vaccinator right now.
Yeah, a lot of really weak players, both on 7 and Lowpander. Boskari and Uber's actually trading after they meet each other in the Z area. Drac gets the kill on Grangerbob. It seems like they have the player advantage and technically the Uber advantage as well, so they should be getting the second point. Some Vaccinator bulbs getting popped off though. Kisakala drops very weak. Hilders as well. Mookie does get Drac on the flank there. Trying to do something else, but Ali just pipes him and cleans him up. Even numbers though for Lowpander and 7 going into this probable last push.
Very possible last push, but honestly, with all these Vaccinator, my HUD's kind of broken, but I think that's 4 Vaccinator bubbles on Kisakala right now, and they're heavy. That's looking good to be able to defend an Uber push, honestly. Like, Kisakala could have got a couple of Uber, like, maybe equalities or advantages here, but these Vaccinators actually doing a pretty good job. 7 are pushing in on the left, and the Uber's already come out though.
And I tried to pick very aggressively Lowpander there. The crater for Kisakala. Mookie goes down as well, and all these kills for 7, but Lowpander has nothing to show for these deaths. Hilder's trying to get onto the point. Mr. Epic trying to get onto the point, just get wiped out. 3-0.
Yeah, it looks like Lowpander didn't know se7en were coming the right side until it was far too late, and I reckon Kisakala didn't get the right resistance onto his gun in time, because he looked like he just took a fat shot created straight away, which obviously hurt the defense a little bit. But se7en taking that advantage quite nicely with the Uber, knowing that they still have Uber advantage over the Vaccinator.
Alright, well, Kisakala's switched back to the crits for this mid. See what they can do with it. Ali's on the ground, Hilder's on the ground. The combo from se7en once again on the right. Captain gets juggled up really high, trying to get a shot onto Mr. Epic. Drac gets 2 good rockets on on Mookie, who gets 2 kills with the direct hit here. He's on 2 HP, but that doesn't matter as he gets 2 kills. And this is actually a mid for Lowpander. The arrow from Kisakala onto Poskari. They're gonna be pushing in with his crits on the second, probably.
Starkey managed to get out, and he's got his Uber. I don't reckon they know what Medigun Lowpander's using. Well, now they do.
Oh, the crits on the drop from Starkey. Great crit sticky from Hildreth.
Spoke too soon, apparently.
Yeah, the Hildreth crits coming in. Ubers gets a kill on Drac in Lunchbox, and this is gonna be a last hold for se7en. They haven't capped yet, though. They're getting a lot of space here from Lowpander. They're just letting him get in. Mookie trying to get him out with his direct hit, but the lack of splash damage is not helping.
Ali showed a really good effort trying to keep Lowpander off that point, but it has gone to him eventually. And now Stark has no form of Uber, but neither does Kisakala, only on 70% crits, and they don't really have anything to push on. With a heavy up and a gun up, there's not really much chance you're going to be winning that. So they've backed out.
A very premature push there, but now with the crits, it seems like they want to try again. Probably going to have a Hildreth crits here, trying to do his magic again. He does get a good stick. Actually, he does not hit Drac. Trying to just stick off of the spawn door here. Doesn't actually get anything. Mookie gets the sentry gun for Poskari, but Captain gets him, trades that kill out. Ubers does get Captain after that. Now it just seems like Lopin is going to have to get out. Hildreth is caught here on the right, gets a good pipe on Poskari, but that's all he can do.
For the good majority of that push, Hildreth and Kisakala were the only people actually in last. The rest of his team had already backed straight off, and Hildreth just stayed in for so long. I don't know whether that was a missed call by him or his team, but that was just, I don't know, he just stayed in for far too long. And that kill's come out, and now Starkey's got his Uber again. Kisakala's still building up the crits, but yeah, I don't know, slightly disappointing crits coming out, but there wasn't too much opportunity on such a big last point to get many good crit stickies off, and Starkey was able to spot the sticky on the spawn door.
Ooh, Mookie gets spotted there by sitting by the forward spawn. Ali gets some good pipes on him. So it's 2 down for Lowpander, holding very passively on this middle point. Basically 1 foot out the door. Hildreth gets a good crit sticky onto Ali. The Uber from Stark will not save Ali, so they do force the Uber, which is very beneficial, but they still lose this midpoint from se7en. Actually, they're pushing in. Well, half pushing in.
Yeah.
Mr. Epic dies. Hildreth tries to get some damage off. There is 4 people from Lowpander in. Actually, Mookie gets Poskari. Hildreth gets Drac. And this, oh, well, this kill's going crisscross for both teams. Pipe from Ali onto Ubers, and just Mookie on that direct hit gets a good rocket onto the lash there. He's on 1 HP on the right yard of se7en alone, and the other 2 scouts are gonna have to hold the mid or second point. Except they're pushing in, trying to get Stark here. Unsuccessfully, Mookie dies behind as well. And yeah, they're gonna have to give up the second point for se7en.
I think it was quite a daring idea to push back straight into se7en with no advantage. And if Mr. Epic had just been either a little bit slower or his team had followed him up a bit quicker, I think it could have gone a bit better. But Thalash was just able to get that flank onto Kisakala and take him down, just completely hold the push back in. So a good job by him to spot that kill, I think.
Alright, the Uber coming in from se7en on the right here, just walking onto the point. The vaccinator bubble's not getting popped off yet. se7en not really getting anything done. There's Mr. Epic with the kill onto Captain. And se7en is just sitting here with nothing to show for this Uber. So Lash also dies to Mookie's direct hit. And they're going to have to get out.
Mookie's getting some cheeky kills with the direct hit right now. The Lash just running at him at spawn, doesn't even know what's coming. 100 damage rocket. But se7en are just bleeding players right now. It's only Starkey up on the left side. I think he's going to surely be going down here.
Please. Okay, there he goes.
Yeah.
And there goes Captain as well. Yeah, everyone dying on se7en. There goes Slash as well.
Captain trying to bail out Starkey, but Lowpander were able to secure both the skills. It would have been pretty tragic for Starkey to get out there, honestly, but nice effort by them. On the vaccinator note, how much advantage does it really give them? That's the question. I don't know. Starkey's going to be up again, and they're going to have to do something fast with the vaccinator if they don't want the advantage to just go back straight to 7 again.
Or gets popped off. Seems like they want to push in onto the second point, while 7 just on this left yard fighting Mr. Epic. They walk out to the point, get some cap time, and 7 needs to get back quick before they get backcapped. Puskari is on the point. They have a lot of time on this point, but Puskari is doing a very good job of blocking it. Hildreth gets abandoned by Kisakala and Ubers, who are actually going to the lunchbox area here, trying to get, I guess, a back cap, except they are thinking twice about it. They're going to go through Z here, try to get behind, to get onto the point. Captain actually is very weak in Z, but Kisakala dies to Ali Sticks, and there goes Stark, pulling out the Uber saw onto Ubers.
That could have gone really differently if Stark didn't hit an arrow onto Captain there, because Captain was so close to dying to Ubers, and that arrow completely saved him. Kisakala went down because of that. But it was actually quite interesting by Lowpander. They had 2 players distract 7 behind while they pushed into 2, and I think if they'd have just got that cap off a little bit quicker, they could have done a lot more there. It was really close by them, actually.
Well, with this full Uber advantage, 7 is going to cap this mid-point. Lowpander is holding a little bit passively the yard area here, trying to build up this crits, actually. Look with the direct hit, trying to spam out the 7 combo from going into the left yard. Hildreth gets Puskari. Wookie does drop to Captain. Seems like 7 is going to get this second point as well. Still trying to delay this cap. This crits are coming. They do force the Uber. It's very good for this crits play that's coming up. Seems like Kisakala. They're actually very far behind though, but there's a Hildreth crits coming in. Uber's getting 2 picks onto 7 though, and Hildreth gets a kill onto Ali. Probably not going to be able to do much of anything else. Drax behind. Yeah, but he gets taken out by the Mookie direct hit. There's just 2 people alive, Stark and Puskari, and actually Slash just spawned onto the sniper.
Yeah, I think Thalash is just going to be waiting in forwards here, the classic sniper spot. And Kisakala's actually pushed up top, so it's not going to be so much of an angle for him, and he does go down straight away. I think Hildreth predicted that sniper play. So, nice little bit of game sense there by Hildreth. But again, like so many times in this game I said this, and 7 again with the Uber advantage over the crits Krieg. The crits could get built up just in time, but 7 are going to be able to build it. I'm pretty sure, just in time.
Well, they're sitting in this ramp area. They have a horn from Ubers that just got popped off. They're going into this left yard. There's Drac only to hold it. Ubers is chasing for this kill. He does get it eventually. Crits is up, but the Uber is up on the side of 7. They do have control of this yard area. Let's see what they can do with this crits. Maybe they can get the drop of Stark. Captain does get Grenjabob on the right. Mookie's very weak. The flank of Lowpander is basically non-existent. The jump, the crits comes in. Ubers gets the kill onto Puskari, and Hilton gets a pipe on Captain, but they're gonna get wrapped on. Yeah, because Uber.
Ooh, he does manage to meet up with Thalash and Ali, and Thalash takes down Ubers. But for a while there, he was completely alone. He's just ballsing out right now, and Thalash manages to take down Hildreth as well. So it's just Mr. Epic on top, seeing what he can do. He might go for some sort of flank onto Starkey here.
Stark is on the point with Slash. Captain meets up with him as well, but yeah, Mr. Epic just doesn't want to try his chances here. He's gonna meet up with the rest of his team, try to build up that crits, maybe, you know, get that drop onto Stark or something. Just whatever they can do, you know, and any big play that they can use, every play they can get. They are in the left yard here. Get Captain. That's very good. Ali's in Z here, getting spammed a lot. He's very weak. That pipe from Hildreth doing a good job of taking him out. Got a scout 1v1 on the right here. No
Thalash
deaths
should have gone down there.
Now we just have 4 people from 7 getting out onto last. Lowpander's gonna get this second point. Gonna actually just go into last with this crits. The Hildreth crits coming in, try to get a stick onto Drac. Maybe get a stick onto Stark. Nothing really happening yet. They do force the Uber from 7, and they do try to get out. No, actually, no casualties yet on both sides of the teams, So, you know, it's a good force, I'd say, for Lowpander.
Yeah, back to a stalemate again. These Hildreth crits even just aren't getting much done right now. They're getting the forces off, but not much more is happening. So I would have thought Kisakala would have been opting to do something slightly different than just pop a demo man into Grano. He's such a large point, and that's really easy to defend a crits from. But it looks like se7en are adopting a Lowpander style with a couple of off classes here.
Yeah, the crits is almost up for the side of Lowpander. Hilder just peeking in on the right, setting up for this play. Drac does get Mookie though on top. The crit's coming in, trying to get Drac here. Nothing really getting done yet. Sticks off of the spawn door. Does force the Uber from Stark. The rest of Lowpander will get out. It will not actually get much done with this Uber. It's just 5v5 and Mookie's on the spy play.
At the end of the day, this keeps going down to Uber equality for both teams. This time, it looks like his has got a bit of a hefty advantage over. So, if anything, I think this is the opportunity they want. This is when they want to try and get something done here, because Starkey's a good few seconds off getting his Uber, and the crits is almost coming out. So maybe third time lucky he's gonna be able to get something done here. Mookie's already in, but oh, there was a stray rocket coming out from Captain. I don't think they do know. But Hellgut's managed to go down.
Yeah, he gets the pick. This might prompt a push from se7en. Oh, there's some spy checking coming in. The Lash has spotted Mookie. Mookie goes for the spy crab and goes down. Recognizing there's nothing saving him there. They have 2 picks, se7en here. They're gonna take their space. So Lash just walking into garage, gets onto Mr. Epic and gets the kill. Ubers cannot save him in time. They haven't gotten the second point yet, and the crits might actually come in here from top with Ubers. The crits comes in, doesn't really get anything. Everyone trying to hide from the crit rockets from Ubers. Yeah, he isn't really going to be able to get anything. Mookie is still on that spy play. The horde gets popped off from Ubers there. Mookie's coming in behind Starkey here. Let's see what he can do. He uncloaks, but he's been spotted. Tries to get the sentry. Can't even really get that. And it's probably not going to prompt a push from se7en. They do have that off class. They do have the full Uber, but seem to be a little scared. Hilder trying to bait Drac into that sticky trap, but not pulling it off. Actually, there's se7en on the right here. Ubers gets the kill on Drac. That kill gets traded out by Captain. And se7en seems to be... No, they're not getting cold feet just yet. They're going to try getting the second point. Some sticks being exchanged between Ali and Hildreth, but outside of that... Oh, the crit's actually coming in. Ali drops very low. Mr. Epic's going to try to clean that up, but the Uber gets popped by Stark. Granger Bob dies to Ali's sticks. There are some crit stickies here. They're going to have to watch out for that on the right yard. Talash clears those. And se7en has left their last point, and they are now holding a yard.
Mookie trying to get something done behind, but he's fallen pretty weak and he's on the direct hit. Puaskari is on the hunt for him, and it looks like he's just about going down there. I think Starkey is more on the ball here with these crits. As he's popping straight away. He's not... I don't think he's dropped this map to a crits, has he? Or even in general.
I want to say that he dropped like really early, but
really early maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember if that was to a crits or not. I feel like that might have been to a sniper, but my memory... yeah.
Yeah, in general, I think they're just responding to the crits a lot better. Probably because of how repetitive it's getting, with Kissa just running it for both games for so long now. They're expecting it every single time, and somehow they're managing to get their Uber at the same time as the crits yet again. But with 6 minutes left and se7en already 3-0, it's pretty much down to Lowpander to do something, and Mookie might be trying to do that something on Spy again.
Well, we have another Hildreth crits. Not very successful. Hasn't even managed to force the Uber this time. As you said, Mookie is here. It's very close to the se7en combo, but the se7en combo is going to elect to go to the other side of yard, while Lowpander's giving them a lot of space. Mookie's in this corner. He's going to try to do what he can. He's going to probably uncloak soon in his ramp room. Stark is on the balcony here, but it seems like the se7en players are turning around, and there's Mookie caught. He does cloak. He might survive, but there's some kills going on behind here. Hildreth's getting a kill. Mr. Epic sitting here as well. Hildreth's actually on 50 HP on second, and Mr. Epic is just sitting on top. Seems to have abandoned Hildreth a little bit. Not really sure what's going on there, but Hildreth gets the kill on Drac. Mr. Epic is in Lunchbox. He's gonna elect to go back through drop down, meet up with the rest of his team, but yeah, I don't really know exactly what just happened.
Mookie is just calling voice lines invisible around Puaskari right now. I don't know, just having a look at what se7en's doing, but they've got a massive advantage here. Mookie's in He's pretty far behind right now.
Oh, there's
on
Granger
the
Bob. He's
second
behind Starkey. Does he get the backstab? He's very close. Oh, but there's Ali. He jumps on top of Granger Bob. Granger Bob is not able to get the kill. The double spy play not working out. Both spies dying. Mr. Epic does clean up 2 kills behind, I think. There's a back cap coming in, but they cannot cap fast enough. 7 combos is going to go to straight to second.
There's so much to keep up with, these inventive plays, the double spy, like, that could have been cool, but... Oh well, there's 2 players, well, now 1 player for Lowpander behind. Mr. Epic, I think he's just causing a bit of chaos right now, trying to get poor Scouting Captain to look for him. But he's falling pretty low, and 7 still have a advantage here over the Vaccinator. And there goes Mr. Epic. That's going to be a late death, so... 7's players are pretty far behind. If they weren't, they could have been moving straight back into the other team's last point now, but I mean, there's only 4 minutes remaining. Do they really need to do much here? Granger Bob trying a spy play again, but nothing really much.
They're gonna have to push now with this crits, or else they will not be able to win this map. The Uber push coming in from the right, though. There's a Vaccinator push here. Hilders gets focused immediately. Kisakala dropping, and it seems like this is going to be the 4th point. Both soldiers trying to do what they can, dropping very low. Mr. Epic's on top of the point. Granger Bob going in with the spy. It seems like Lowpander's thrown in the towel. It's 4-0.
I think that's just about it for result-wise, but I don't know. Thalash looks like he's playing spy to this mid with 3 minutes remaining. I'm excited. Never mind, he was just checking. He was just checking.
Aww.
That would have been cool. I would have liked that.
That would have been very fun. I was hoping for some more gimmicks. I mean, it's basically garbage time now, so it's like the perfect time for Lowpander to just do whatever they want. But it seems to be that they actually just want to do a straight mid here. Mookie jumping in from the right. Actually, everyone from Lowpander on the right. They're kind of just jumping in on their own, and Mascari is fighting Ubers here. But yeah, all the kills are just going into 7's favor. Ubers trying to jump in like it's a DM server, but not getting anything done. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Kisakala's behind, but he's actually fighting Drac a little bit onto that second point, drops him very low. Yeah, Kisakala's not very happy about Drac backing off there. Oh my god, in the chat. You see Mookie on the Pyro doing some reflecting here. There's Stark just walking in with the Uber, popping the Uber, goes straight to last. They haven't tapped second, but Lowpander's trying to meet them here on the left. They do eventually. Yeah, they eventually cap the point. Kisakala has the Uber here.
I think that's the first time he's ran Uber for the entire game.
I did. Definitely. There's Captain dying, trying to do what he can, but mid and a half. Lowpander's on last. They need to cap 4 points. I think. I don't. You know, this might be a very, a very controversial thing to say, but I think it's over.
Surely they can do something in 1 minute 30. You know.
Well, I mean, it is Lowpander. Maybe they have a gimmick. You know.
They have some sort of strat that will get them 4 points in just 1 minute 18.
Maybe Mookie can telefrag his way to last, to their last, and cap it.
That's the point. Oh, and there we go. I guess.
But the map has been, yeah, the map has been changed very quickly. So I guess that is all we get to see. But I can only imagine that that they pushed in very quickly. You know, I mean, they were dropping everyone. So I'm guessing it was 5-0. Yeah, because it's too fast to be 4-0. So yeah, that's 2 straight maps for 7. 2 5-0s, if I remember. Yeah, 2 5-0s, and yeah, the team Lowpander just never really getting anything done. I mean, they won exactly, I think, 2 mids in both maps. So yeah, just not really managing, I guess, to catch a groove there. These 2 maps.
I think in general that was. I mean, it was a 5-0 for 7 on the first map, but I still think 7 had that that map in the bag like so much more than the first map. Less sort of tragic drops coming out and that failed pushes, but yeah, I think 7 really pulled it together even more, and I don't know, got an even harder 5-0, I suppose. It's the best. I don't know.
Well, let's see if the stats reflect this. Oh, because once again, Ali with the 380 DPM, just like in the Gully Wash map, just doing very well, putting on all the damage that 7 needs. We see both scouts from Lowpander not doing too great. Granjabob was really struggling. 725, 3,920 damage. Mr. Epic only getting 5k as well. Both scouts on 7 just completely outclassing, I guess, the Lowpander scouts. Let's see if we... Yep, there we go, my browser. Okay, so Stark actually only having 4 deaths. Kisakala having 15 deaths. It's a big difference from, yeah, the first map where Stark was just not having a good day, getting dropped constantly, so...
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking
yeah.
at Thalash's logs. He had a pretty solid game, I suppose you could say. 36 for 14. Looking pretty comfortable there.
Pretty solid, you know.
Yeah,
I'd
pretty
say
decent.
that's a pretty, yeah, that's a normal day, you know, for Thalash
Yeah.
probably. You know, drop the 30 bomb every day.
Yeah.
Ubers did quite well this map though. He got 26 kills. I mean, that was definitely reflected. I mean,
Uber
yeah,
seems to put out pretty consistent performances from what I've seen. He's always I don't think I've seen him get less than 300 DPM honestly in an official.
yeah, Ubers is
He's a good
definitely
player.
the consistent player. He always gets, like, when Hildress, you know, beats one of those crits, like, it's just immediately Uber's crits, and they try, and yeah. They have a lot of faith in Ubers. I mean, he also always gets a lot of heals, which we could see if we go to the next page. Yep, there we are. Yep, there you go. Ubers, 30% heals. Only one drop coming from both medics, so not as chaotic as last map. Ali getting max heals on the side of Lowpander. Thalash with the 26% heals.
Wow, that's like funds level healing.
Ooh,
Shaking
funds
my head.
level, yeah. Well, I mean, he did definitely do the damage and get the kills that
Oh yeah.
deserve that kind of healing. So, uh, but yeah, definitely. I mean, putting out 36 kills, I mean, then I would be completely fine with giving him 26%.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
in such a comfortable game as well. Why not?
definitely.
Kisakala's Uber stats are disgusting. All those vaccinators and grits is just one Uber coming out right at the end. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, let's see the final or the next stat page here. Yeah, as you can see, just Lowpander getting completely outclassed. They did actually do a decent job of trying to keep up as much as they could with the damage, but you can see that it was just damage. The kills did not keep up with the damage. I mean, maybe there was just a lot of spam kills, and yeah, as I said, they only managed to win one mid this game, which was that fourth mid, which resulted in that really long, messy 16-minute portion of just weird pushes
Yeah,
and crits plays and
that's
forcing Stark over and over.
that's so interesting actually. Look, so every single mid that se7en capped first, the round is less than 4. It's like less than 5 minutes. 3 minutes, 1 minute, 4 minute. And then the one round that Lowpander capped the mid first for is 16 minutes long with 20,000 damage carry out. That's
Yeah, I think partially that is just because they won the mid, the Uber and crit cycles kind of were in the favor of Lowpander, so they could always just go in with the crits, I
yeah.
guess. But they kept forcing Stark, so it kind of just they always had slight advantage. And 7 was also sometimes a little hesitant on pushing. Just, you know, I mean, you have the 3-0 lead, why waste it? So yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a change in playstyle and just dynamic after that one mid from Lowpander. Yeah, all in all, I
Frag
mean,
zones.
oh yeah, frag zones. I forgot about the
Lots of
statistics.
7 kills on mid.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that on the second point of 7, you do see some kills coming in from Hildreth and Ubers, which I think were most of those kills were caused by those critses on second. Whoa, I almost just fell out of my chair there. What was I saying? Yes, on that second point, yeah, like a lot of those kills were probably through Hildreth and Ubers getting those critses when it was 3-0, because there were like a million crits plays
Oh yeah.
in that 16-minute span. But outside of that, yeah, just a lot of kills, a lot of, yeah, just dominance from 7 on every portion of the map.
Yeah.
Even in the percentage as well. I mean, look at that, 9-19. You can actually, yeah, there you go. You can see it again in the zone percentages as well. Like that 16 minute stalemate on second, you can see that it lasted very long. I mean, 31% on se7en's last, even though se7en did not drop a single point this game. So yeah, just Lowpander not really being able to just get that point in with the crits.
0% conversion rate, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they tried. You see, yeah, just dominance from se7en once again in this statistic as well.
Look at that. Thalash 5 for 0, Kisakala 9 for 2, Granger having a sick game.
Yeah. The only thing that I guess the only Lowpander player that really did well this map was, yeah, you can see Ubers, who did a good job against Drak. Drak going behind a lot, and Ubers always being able to just chase him out and clean up the kill. But yeah, it's the Lash just showing complete dominance over everyone. I mean, 5 kills on Kisakala, 9 on Granger, as you said. Just yeah, it's just it was that the stats definitely reflect what the match was like. That is all the stats we have.
Kills during Ubers. That's a nice stat.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little slanted in Lowpander's favor due to all the crits they had, which is why they also have so many deaths during the Uber. But so I would take these stats a little bit of a grain of salt, because yeah, when a team plays constant crits and one team plays Uber, I mean, you can see that Lowpander has the crit statistics, lots of kills, but a lot of deaths during the Ubers as well. While se7en obviously has the Uber, so less deaths. And well, relatively even kills, because Lowpander wasn't really having a lot of success with those crits anyways.
Yaha?
Yeah.
Any more logs?
I think that's
a white screen.
I think that's all we got. Do we have a interview? Yes, no?
Should I? I'll hit someone up.
Ooh. Fon's gonna use his Prem connections to see if he can fix us an interview.
Yeah.
This is why you're on the show, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't mean to imply that. I was just I mean, I just forget I said it. Never mind.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll message someone, but
all right.
I'm not getting many replies currently.
I see the Lowpander team in chat saying Mr. Epic interview. Or wait, is that Mr. Wait, no, that's Uber. No, it's Ubers. That is Ubers, right, Mr.
Is that something that happens if they're 5-0? I mean, to be fair, if none of se7en are gonna come.
I mean, that is. I want to say that's. I don't. We do have loser interviews from time to time.
I got a hard no from poor Scary, so I don't think any of se7en are gonna be coming.
We want the blunt finish interview.
Are we getting someone from Lowpander then?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of. I'm seeing the Lowpander players themselves. There you go. We have Hildress in here. So, what's with the sigh? Are you just tired?
No, my team is shy. They won't go in.
Oh, well, I mean, we managed to get that Mr. Epic interview, I think 2 weeks ago. So
I think he's AFK. And Kisakala's already playing CSGO. Mookie is probably recovering from tilt.
Playing Osu.
He might be. Tune into his stream to find out. No, he's not. Oh no, he is. He's playing Quake. I don't want to plug his stream, but go to Mookie's stream for some good Quake action.
Alright, well, I mean, that was a very that was a very tough matchup you guys had there playing against se7en. Did you guys have any high or what were the expectations going into this this official?
Try to make it through the game without folding the team, and we've made it to the end without folding. So let's see what happens in the next let's see how this interview goes.
I'll hope that the team doesn't fold within this interview.
It could happen.
try not to say anything too edgy, or else the team, you might not see this team again. I would like to see you at least stay alive for this season. Play that Nerd Rage official.
We definitely play that. Don't worry.
Okay, well that's good. Let me think here. Do you have any questions, Funds?
Oh my
no,
god,
really.
you got me in for no reason.
Go
ahead.
I can't just get this interview. Just give me a moment here. Well, I guess yeah, the production. Just give me a good question. So yeah, so you just lost this. So what are you guys gonna try to I guess improve for your last match, the last official against Nerd Rage next week?
Well, I think we just we've been kind of hard to say. We were so below average against Arctic Foxes. We can play a lot better than we'd have, and when we lost to them 6-0, we kind of knew playoffs is very unlikely unless 3-6 pull off an unlikely win. So we kind of don't really care. So we're just going to play and have fun for the rest of the season. That's it, really.
I see. Are you guys a little, I guess, disappointed that you guys didn't make playoffs, or what was? I don't really know what you guys' goal were for this season.
Oh, we definitely felt we could make playoffs with the way the season, well, the way the teams are. We definitely felt we could make playoffs. But unfortunately, even if we had managed to tie 3-3 with Arctic, like this game's a write-off. Most teams are going to lose 5-0, 5-0 to 7. So we just thought we'd go in and try our best. And if all else failed, meme.
There's really some tilt going on then. If you went in with the attitude that you're going to get 5-0'd, why would that have been happening?
We didn't say before the game, let's try not to get 5-0. We just played.
Yeah.
We hadn't actually played much lately. Last time we played was Tuesday or something.
Yeah, I mean, Gelly was looking pretty close with all the drops coming out, but I think it was a lot closer than it looked.
The thing is, when you play against 7, you have to take the first round if you're a lower team to stand any chance, in my opinion, because they're very good at well, everyone knows how good they are at shutting you out when they're in the lead. So that's close to your only chance of winning. If you're a team like us, is to take the first round and play really slow, probably. But I don't think we're ever going to do that anyway. We never really felt like we were going to win. We just wanted to try our best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as you said, that you guys definitely were going into this season expecting, or at least hoping, to get playoffs. Would you say that this flex experiment has gone successfully, even though you guys haven't managed to make playoffs for this season? Or
I don't think we'd be any worse if we weren't playing if we just run a full-time roamer, to be honest. Don't think we'd be any better or any worse.
Well, I guess, but I mean more like
maybe
just
if we ran less Kritzkriegs constantly, we might do a little better.
Okay.
But we don't want to be a super slow team. Unless we're winning, then we want to be slow.
I guess, but like, would you say that I guess this entire this is the experiment of playing with like flex. Like, do you feel that it's, I guess, you've done okay, or at least like done well enough?
We've honestly,
with this
Mookie's
flex?
honestly done no worse than he would ever do as Soldier. So he's actually done quite well this season. I think the problem in the team is I don't want to call out my friend Granger Bob, but us Brits are kind of dragging the team down. We're too inconsistent. Well, I'll give Granger's been really good in some of the officials, though, so I'll give him credit. But like sometimes we can play well, and sometimes we can just have horrible games. But then when you play against 7, it's not surprising.
Well, I guess that's probably a good spot to end the interview. Do you have any shoutouts, Hildreth?
Yeah, shout out to yeah, no, I'm not going to do that one. I was going to do some horrible meme that Granger Bob thought up in the game, but I will leave that one aside. Shout out to my team for Ubers for setting me up to fail in the game by baited me by making me go crits and use it. He knew that I would choke and I would look bad on TFTV. So thanks, Ubers. Shout out to Okaponi, Joe, Layla, CJ, Maxi, Cloudy, and some other Highlander nerds. That's it.
Alright. Funds, do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to Sinrise. Shout out to my team, Champ GG. And shout out to TFTV for letting me cast, because that was fun.
Alright. Well, for my own shoutouts, I'd like to give a shout out to chumto.net, and I would like to give a shout out to teamfortress.tv for continuing to tolerate me as a caster and letting me cast these games. Thank you to Funds for casting with me. Thank you to Hildreth for being a good interviewee. Thank you, a big thanks always to Amik for producing. I mean, we always need producers. They're the unsung heroes of all these casts. I mean, I'm just sitting here just spouting words constantly. He's the guy who actually needs to make sure that there's, you know, beautiful fancy pictures on your screen. But yeah, and thank you to, I mean, all the viewers, I guess.
Can I do one more shout out? Sorry.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's
go for
got
it.
to shout out Mr. Epic, whose birthday is I think either today or tomorrow in Russia. So let's all sing happy birthday. Take it from the top, Funds. 1, 2, 3. You didn't do it.
Happy birthday, Mr. Epic. For
I
whenever
was gonna try to pick it up.
Don't worry. Happy birthday, Mr. Epic. Sorry to interrupt.
Happy
Continue.
birthday, Moon, or how you pronounce it. But yeah. So. Okay. Wait. Okay. I need to collect
so disappointed.
myself.
Funds, so disappointed.
It's fine. What? You just have a late birthday party at LAN, and you guys can sing it then. But anyway. So I hope you enjoy this professional cast by Team Fortress TV. Please check out the forums, check out the Twitter. Make sure to follow here, maybe subscribe, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. So goodbye.